Now it's time for nobody's favorite part of the show. This is the worst of the week. This week's worst of the week, this one really hurt me, gang. It's Batman and Harley Quinn. Now I feel like I've talked about these movies on the show a little bit before. DC Comics and Warner Brothers Animation have been releasing this whole series of direct-to-DVD animated features featuring their characters. This one features, wait for it, Batman and Harley Quinn, and is arguably an extension of the great and legendary 90s Batman the Animated Series, which is one of the greatest portrayals of Batman in any media, comics, television, or movies, and for people of my age, nerds of my age, and of course for me, a very foundational text, both of my fandom of Batman and my enjoyment of movies and TV and animation. This movie brings back Kevin Conroy as Batman. It brings back the guy who plays Robin as Robin, now grown up into Nightwing. Unfortunately, Arlene Sorkin, who created the role of Harley Quinn, who is the Joker's henchwoman, and who began as a character even in Batman the Animated Series and proved so popular that she's now in comic books and even in feature films. Arlene Sorkin, who did such great work in that voice role, she is retired from voice acting. And so they replaced her in this with Melissa Rauch of Big Bang Theory. And Melissa Rauch is not a good Harley Quinn. Where Arlene Sorkin was immediately engaging and electric and endearing, Melissa Rauch is grating and obnoxious. It does not help her that the script for this is honestly bad, with a terrible plot revolving around Batman and Harley Quinn trying to stop Poison Ivy and an obscure character, Jason Woodrue, the Floronic Man, for you comic nerds out there, from turning the entire world into plants. I mean, there's a compelling reason, I guess, that Batman needs Harley to track down Poison Ivy, but it's such a plot that's divorced from Harley herself, really, that it doesn't make you feel like this movie has a reason for being. Add to that the movie tries to be funny, but in such a juvenile and prurient way, really appealing to the worst of the 14-year-old boys out there, with a script absolutely stuffed to the gills with sex jokes, and fart jokes. It just doesn't, like a Batman movie with fart jokes, it's tone deaf, honestly. It's not offensive, certainly, but it does not work in the world as established. It takes that great Batman animated series, which was a show for children but had such wonderful adult sensibilities, and really brings it down to a very juvenile 14-year-old boy level that was very unappealing. The movie, in order to be, it's barely feature length, it's 70-some minutes. To make that 70 minutes, they pad the heck out of this thing with at least 2 songs, including Harley singing a Blondie song, which if Arlene Sorkin had done it, probably would have been great. With Melissa Rauch doing it is sort of annoying, and like I say, they play the whole song. So it doesn't add any depth to the characters or anything to the plot. It's just extraneous and padding. The only thing going for this movie, outside of being ably animated and the welcome return of Kevin Conroy, who, let's face it, has never really left as Batman, he does Batman's voice in a lot of these, is that this movie features a plot thing that I never thought I'd get to say, and that's a Deus Ex Swamp Thing, where instead of a Deus Ex Machina, where something comes out of left field to resolve the plot, this time that thing that comes out of left field is Swamp Thing, who gets a little bit of name mention earlier in the movie and then just shows up at the end to solve all of Batman's problems. It's a really bad movie, which is saying a lot because this whole group of DC direct-to-DVD movies have largely been bad. I can't recall a particularly good one in the bunch. Well, that Suicide Squad one was at least okay. This was pretty painful. 1.5 stars. And don't forget to visit our website, northmetrotv.com/everymovieever. There, you can watch reviews of every movie we've ever covered here on the show, as well as complete episodes. That's northmetrotv.com/everymovieever.